All right, welcome back to another fucking big time car chat. Today I'm going to be talking about business scaling and pretty much why I'd never, ever be interested in doing that. Well, not ever. Shouldn't say ever. I fucking already said ever, didn't I? A few times. Anyway, So you hear it all the time, like with business scaling, you see all these fucking upscale your business, blah, blah, blah. This guy had fucking, 2 employees or 1 employee. Now he's got fucking 15 and blah, blah, blah. And you hear it the other way where it's like a guy, they'll start a business and then it's fucking, they work 100 hours a week and then they've got no time for their family. They got no fucking, they've got to, then they come home and they do so many hours on the laptop and sending invoices and sending quotes and chasing up this, chasing up that. You hear it all the fucking time. Then they get employees. They might already have employees at that point, but employees come and they got fucking, you got to always be making sure that your employees are doing something. So it's that constant stress, that constant bloody, it'd just never leave you. It'd never leave you at all. So when I started my business, people were sort of like, oh, well, you've got to, my irrigation and plant hire business, people are like, oh, you got to, well, are you sure you're ready to make that commitment? Are you sure because you'll be, it's a huge, it'll be a huge change from a full-time job. You'll be fucking working 84 hours a week. You'll be bloody doing this. You got to do that. Like, you sure you? And in my head, I'm like, well, why would I have to be working that much? Like, if I want to make fucking, I don't know, 300 grand a year or something like that, then maybe I would. A couple of hundred grand a year. But if I just want to be comfortable, then I don't see why I'd have to do that. So anyway, so that was sort of how I viewed it. So when I first went out on my own, and I've said sort of previously before, it is a big jump to do it because you do constantly think of all that. What happens? What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I can't feed the family? All that sort of stuff crosses your mind, but you just, at the end of the day, I just said, nah, bugger it, I'm going to have a crack. The worst thing that can happen is I have to get another job. Who gives a fuck? It's not hard to get a job if you're not a useless cunt. So, anyway, and I had this vision of how I'd sort of have it, where I'd be working probably most days of the week, but I'd have an hourly rate or a charge enough so that I can sort of not have to be working 40 plus hours a week. So you look at a job. For me, I look at a job and I try and charge it so that you're not having to do so much work all the time. And if you do a good enough job, people are going to pay you. And that's sort of how I looked at it. Fast forward a year, and that's still pretty much how we operate. So some days we might do 5, maybe 6 days a week, very, very, very rarely, if we're fucking really busy. Other days we might only do 2. Other days we might even just have the fucking week off. So, which is a beautiful bloody thing. You can work as much or as little as you want when you are a one-man show like me. Now, I do work in with one of my best mates who's also a plumber, so we pretty much every day we'll work together on jobs, so that works well. If I have a job, I get a job, he'll send me a bill. If he gets a job, I'll send him a bill. Just like that. That it works really, really well. So rather than, upscaling as everyone, rather than doing that, what we do is if we got a big enough job, we'll just, we might get a couple of subbies in to give us a hand to help with that particular job. But then there's no stress because you do that, you pay them, they're on their way. The next job comes around, you might get them in again. But if you bloody, if you got them as employees, you always got to be finding something for these guys to do, or girls. So you always got to be finding work. So it's that constant, fuck, what are we going to get these blokes to do today? We haven't got enough work, so you're constantly chasing. So there comes that pressure of, well, you got fuck all time for family, fuck all time for gym, fuck all time for doing what you actually want to do, which that just does not appeal to me at all. Now, I'm not saying that, if you are a big business that you can't hire staff and you can step away a bit and still enjoy life. When you get to that point, you probably can, but I think there's just too many people that are out there just fucking stressing out so much because they can't let go anyway. They don't want to sort of, they don't want to step away from it, and they probably can't either. So I think, doing how we running a business, how we run it is the best of both worlds. You still earn good money. Like, we still charge ourselves out at $100 or so bucks an hour, and plus materials. So plus bloody a percentage on the job of a nice little profit if we can get it. So that's sort of how that's what we charge. Plus machine, if we've got a machine or something like that, a excavator or a trencher or both on the site, then obviously we'll charge more for that as well. Tip a trailer. But yeah, so when you sort of do charge that amount, and that's not a lot to a lot of people, but but it is a lot to others. So when you charge that amount, though, you don't have to be fucking working all the time. You can, you can get a nice job and charge a good enough amount, and then you go. You can actually relax for a little bit, and as long as you're getting a few of those jobs, fucking unreal. So this last year I've had pretty much, probably on average, I reckon I've worked about 3 days a week on average, and I also do a personal training on the side as well, which does help for a bit of cash. So pretty much 3 days a week doing this, and still making pretty good money. Being home all the time, I can do the kid drop-offs, the kid pickups most of the time. We've been on a couple of holidays this year. I can sort of, someone says, there's some event on a Wednesday, like the Almore Field Days, for instance. We went down to that. We can just take the day off and we can fucking do that because we want to. Like, how bloody good is that? So pretty much the message that I want to get through to everyone is you don't look at, I suppose, business as, if you've got fucking humongous wealth. I think the biggest wealth is to be able to do what you want, when you want, spend time with who you want. That's the biggest fucking most powerful wealth you'll ever have. And I think we're sort of, we're there. We are sort of living that. Now, would I want, everyone wants more money, that's fine, but money's not everything, and it's not, I'd much rather spend time with family and friends and doing shit that I actually want to do, being in the gym when I want to be, than doing 84-hour weeks. I used to do that in the mines. I used to do, now I've stopped on the train tracks. Anyway, we're all right. I used to do that shit in the mines. We'd work, fucking humongous days and all that. So I have done it before, and it's not fun. You're 6 till 6 every fucking day, 3 or 4 weeks on at the time. Not fun. Don't want to do it. Definitely didn't want to fucking do shit like that here. And you hire a good accountant. I've got a good accountant, and he sort of makes life easy for me as well. And that's really all there is to it. And we can just fucking rock on and enjoy life. And so anyway, that's pretty much the message that I want to get through. But business isn't so much about, you don't be in it to make huge amounts of money. Just be in it to enjoy your life. Work-life balance is what I reckon is what life should be all about. Some of you might have a different opinion, I know, but yeah. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you reckon about that. Like and subscribe. Thanks, boys and girls, whoever's fucking watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.